Bentornati a tutti, io sono Pliskin, continuiamo con la missione. Per l'Avanguardia andiamo a parlare con Vai Victis. Apri la porta.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Recupera i seguaci in attesa. Ma io non voglio adesso. Prima devo parlare con lui. Tu!
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Sì, sì. Facciamo lo gnorri o attacchiamo? Attacchiamo.
Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that? That's quite the claim, Captain.
Sai,
I
voglio il
hate
tuo
to think
vestito.
what would happen if such a patently untrue statement reached the ears of the cabinet. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
Perché sei sulla difensiva adesso, eh? Facciamoglielo credere.
You want to hear the words, then?
Sì.
I did it. The terramorph attacks on Tau City. New Atlantis. My doing.
E me lo dice
Years
così.
of coordination between my associate and I.
Mi sta prendendo in
Learning how
giro.
to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian.
Polline.
Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a
L'hai
weapon.
usato come polline.
Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Vediamo chi è il
All in due
socio.
time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me go through all this trouble?
No, non è la pianta di Lazzaro, l'arma letale, è solo un mezzo. È come una pistola scarica. Ciò che fa male sono le pallottole.
You can
Deviamo il
explore, right?
discorso.
The attacks were a correction. When I
Per
discovered
cosa?
the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport. Fixing
Le
two
tue
problems
mani
at
sono
once.
quelle sbagliate.
Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
Vediamo. No, non è per niente perché ha tenuto il segreto.
Easy to say now, but at the time, I didn't know the Lazarus plant couldn't be plucked from the ground and used to cause even more death. I wasn't
Ma
going
il
to
polline
allow
sì.
another dangerous variable to be added to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays,
Ecco
the
perché.
associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
Quindi era una trappola, solo non contro di me, ma per farmi fare il finto eroe. La tua impresa di pulizie. What? Cos'è? L'Alzheimer il protagonista? Forse se il giocatore ha l'Alzheimer, nel senso. Allora. Sì, in effetti questo vorrei saperlo.
But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage.
Non ha un senso, tenetelo chiuso, ciccia.
Via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work.
Se la so cercata.
Campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands, all without the UC realizing whom you're actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
Non sei sceso troppo sui dettagli di come sapevi il momento giusto per quello, il momento giusto per l'altro, ovviamente, se no dovessi raccontarmi tutto quello che hai fatto. Però ho l'impressione che i personaggi intelligenti li facciano semplicemente onniscienti. Ah sì, dovevo solo mandare questo codice che casualmente sa decifrare solo quella persona, glielo mando in quel momento, al momento giusto, tramite quest'altra persona che casualmente andrà lì, in quel punto, quindi coordino tutto e sono intelligente. Non me la bevo. Allora, poi... Dobbiamo proseguire con uno di questi due dialoghi. Gli diremo... questo.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlais reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago.
Ah, ecco perché sapeva come aprire quella porta, sapeva quel percorso.
And look at the results. I know for a fact the cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
Ce l'ho già, non mi interessa.
Something befitting the dedication to the colonies you two have shown. While of course they can't give you a command, responsibility like that has to be earned. The cabinet does have access to considerable resources. I expect you'll be quite pleased with the result. And none of it would have happened without my intervention.
Bah, non sono d'accordo.
You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame.
Se i miei compagni non mi odiano, potrei pensarci, prendere i meriti e basta, senza dire nulla.
What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlais's role in the attacks to the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlais and Orlais alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
Sentiamo un po'.
Down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over. You would help me, like you did with Orlais. Track them down, and keep them from doing harm to the United Colonies. Impossible
Ci penserò. Se mi avessi dato un sacco di crediti, forse. Ma se devo anche lavorare per ottenerli, chi vuoi prendere in giro? Rimaniamo così.
Well, I do hope you'll keep
E
the margin
vediamo che
respectful
fare.
in mind, Captain. We've done something great here. Let's not squander the opportunity to do more.
Parliamone con Adrian e Percival, vediamo che ne pensano. Dopotutto, se posso guadagnare nuovi schiavi per la mia nave, sempre che dopo queste missioni mi seguino ancora Adrian e Cricchie.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Me ne sto andando, non devo entrare? Idiot. Allora, il punto della missione è lì, perché devo parlare con Adrian, ma qui c'è già tutto il gabinetto pronto, seduto. E quindi... vabbè, io parlo prima con loro.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already
Non
sent
serve
along
più a
info to the
niente.
cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
No, no, a lei lo dirò. Se mento, mento solo al gabinetto.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
Sì. Ah, no, no, le dico tutto.
It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
Somehow, after all that has transpired, he still believes himself to be the hero. He created this whole situation just so others would see him the way he sees himself.
Giusto, detto
But all
bene.
it has done is further expose him for what he really is.
Adesso che lo sa anche lei, non
once
posso
we
mentire al
inform the
gabinetto.
cabinet, they can
Dannazione.
ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
Non è proprio così, non ha salvato nessuna vita, ha solo salvato la sua faccia.
I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens of people. And I'm not about to let him get away with something like that. So
È la
I
tua
guess that
scelta.
gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all.
Devo parlarne
Unless
io
there
o
was more to
tu?
discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
Potrebbero smettere di fare qualsiasi cosa contro i terrormorfi. Ma magari su chi ha vita.
It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything else he's done, is unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him.
Bah.
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Ok.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant. And then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I
Yeah.
guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in.
Sì,
See
e
if
poi
they
chiedono a
have
me
a
cosa
preference.
ne pensi tu. Vai al gabinetto, vai.
And here we go.
Preparate la carta igienica. Oh, parlo io, che bello.
Welcome back, all of you.
Dove stai
I
guardando?
wish we were meeting under better circumstances.
Sono qui.
But according to Hadrian's report and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random
Come hai fatto a
occurrence,
riceverlo
but
ora?
a planned strike.
Ah,
Is what I'm
di
reading
quell'altro.
true?
Ok. Ecco.
This report comes from a particularly confidential source both you and I are familiar with, yes. Among the reasons its findings are so alarming. Now, is it true? Was the attack on New Atlantis planned?
Non mi ha promesso abbastanza e mossa un cavoli suoi.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
Lo
You
spiego
will
io.
all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
Yep.
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
Ah, allora c'era. Avevamo qualcosa.
Transformed. A terramorph out of thin air.
Non ricordavo di averlo preso. Ah sì, è vero. Devo registrare lì sotto, però.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
Sì,
I put that
Ram.
push anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
È una
He's
prova.
a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am.
E cosa ne farai?
Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vivictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
C'è questo. Anzi, chiediamo
That will be up to the
semplicemente.
cabinet to decide. But I don't appreciate our mercy being taken advantage of.
Ok.
That's truly disconcerting to hear.
Era così, però.
But cutting off Vivictus's contact with the outside world is likely to be just the beginning of his punishment.
Ok. Fate quello che volete. Francamente, non mi interessa.
It's
Decidete
well
voi.
past due. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads
Stop.
you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks,
Stavo
the
facendo
heat
cadere il
leeches.
microfono.
The
Stavo
3 of you have
contando.
likely spared thousands of lives. But it
Grazie,
now
grazie.
falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again.
Cosa?
As
Risparmiare le
such,
vite?
The cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Necessario. Ah no. Meno persone sanno.
We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
Sono rischi. Facciamo così.
They are ultimately threatened as much as the United Colonies. To share what you know and what can be done to make us all safer can only foster good relations.
That is an idea with some merit to it. Decrease the likelihood of anything like this occurring again, and further relations between our two factions.
Visto il casino che avete fatto, sarebbe il minimo.
Very well. We'll include the collective in the removal process. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous.
Che brutti capelli
Using
così.
it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the Captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Come al solito.
I'm in full
È un
agreement.
voto. È un voto
No
e
need
basta.
to be delving into unpredictable sciences.
The first step in a bold new future.
Bolder, better, and brighter. Well, I need to write that one down for later.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the Captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled.
Non pensavo di aver deciso
Today
questa cosa.
marks day one for
Così.
the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD.
Mi fate una statua?
As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
È il minimo.
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You all have earned it.
Poi me lo spieghi cos'è.
Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan,
Volevo
Dr.
solo andare
Walker,
avanti ora.
I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain,
Posso andarmene?
Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly.
Sì.
He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf
Class
of the
1.
whole of the United
Quanto
Colonies,
bello.
you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Finito? Missione aggiornata, analisi creatura. Credo di aver finito le missioni dell'Avanguardia. Sì, perché questa è altra roba che stavo facendo. Questa l'ho sbloccata per sbaglio. Non so cosa ho sentito. Ah, ecco, Aquila City, sì, era andato lì in effetti da poco. Vabbè. Andiamo a parlare con Tuala e vediamo che ci dice allora. Cosa? Devi prendere l'ascensore e non te lo fa prendere? Sì, tutti qui. C'è lui in mezzo. Dai, entrate, non siete timidi. Anche lui deve entrare. È sparita.
Seems you're quite the investigator, turning up the culprit behind the attacks like you did.
Dai,
Shame
venite.
security doesn't have a detective
Ci
position.
stiamo. Uscire anche tu. Ah, ho detto di entrare. Cosa? Devi dirmi che c'è il... come si chiama? Yumi che mi vuole parlare?
Well, well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount.
Yeah.
And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
12.000. Ok, ho anche l'attico.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment.
Oh, dannazione.
There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
Sì. Io vorrei fare tutto. Vabbè, però vorrei distruggere navi. Così posso pilotare quelle superiori poi.
Ah, here we go. Report says ships at these coordinates fired on United Colonies craft. You're cleared to use lethal force if necessary.
Penso di poter tornare qui e prendere nuove missioni, però.
So I'd be ready for a scrap. Fly smart out there.
Yeah. Comunque, penso che siano missioni un po' generiche. Vabbè, ne ho di cose da fare qua. Oh cavolo, si combatte già? Ok, sapete che sono un po' forte. Anche se non si direbbe, è vero, che la mia nave tanto è debole. Adesso vi faccio vedere come si fa. Cambiamo visuale, va? Non capisco perché sparisca la vita. Eccola qua. Blocco bersaglio. Enemy shield. Boom. Sci? Oh cavolo, sono forti questi. Li ho sottovalutati, lo ammetto. Ripara, accidenti. Qui c'è qualcuno abbastanza forte. Non tanto di livello, ma accidenti, ha proprio potenza. Ha potenza. Dai, colpisci, accidenti a te. Penso che mi abbiano quasi distrutto la nave. La modalità appuntamento permette di sparare al rallentatore.
Shield grid is fried.
Beccati questo! E muori. E dimmi che sei l'ultimo, per favore. Ok, mi sono fatto un po' di soldi. Sì, sono missioni brevi. Sì, alla fine volevo vedere questo pianeta qua. Rottami di astronave. Forse non vi ho mai fatto vedere punti casuali così generati.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
Ennesimo pianeta con condizioni estreme, direi. Allora, dov'è che trovo questa nave precipitata? Rottami di astronave. Stavano a metterlo un po' più vicino. Ci vado solo per voi. Beh, direi che siamo arrivati. Al buio, ovviamente. Vediamo cosa si trova. A parte un incastro del personaggio. Ecco qua. Crediti, parti di nave, va, trivella. Ah, vero. C'era da aspettarselo, ovviamente ho riempito l'inventario. Cavodati. Sì, che poi qua ti dice un valore e poi vai a rivenderlo, non vale niente. Sempre così, con tutti gli oggetti. Andiamo in prima persona, va? Dei chunks. Insomma, alla fine è importante fare missioni perché in queste cose qua non trovate granché, quindi... Andiamo, ma che roba è? L'unica cosa utile è questo manometro. Circuito elettrico, ok. Fine. In tutta una nave precipitata trovate solo questo di utile. Comunque abbiamo finito le missioni dell'Avanguardia, perlomeno quelle principali, poi ci sono ancora cose secondarie, ma il video termina qui e non mancate perché nel prossimo andiamo a prendere un bell'oggetto interessante.